this. We're talking about, I don't know who came up with this model, but it's a really rudimentary model of the brain. Okay, so here's our brain stem, the wrist. And so the reptilian brain, the oldest part of our brain. In the middle here, let's just say this is the limbic system, what we share with other mammals, the mammalian brain. This is where emotion and memory are housed, I suppose you could say. The amygdala is the threat detection center of our brain. And then over the top of it is our prefrontal cortex. This is our thinking brain, intellectual, planning, decision-making brain, executive function brain. Okay? Now, what the research has shown with continual mindfulness practice is that the amygdala, the threat detection center, it actually gets thinner in brain scans. So we're not so jumpy, perhaps, or we don't see as many stressors as maybe we once did. Okay. The free climber, Alex Honnold, who free climbed the rock face of, I don't know what rock face it was, but it was a 4-hour climb with no ropes. And he won Best Documentary. He won it, the film crew did. I watched it twice, it was amazing. He's like fearless. They looked at his brain, he has a really small amygdala. It's like really thin. Yeah, it's so nerve-wracking. Even like the professional climbers that are watching him are like, so, what else happens when we practice mindfulness is the prefrontal cortex, this decision-making part of our brain, gets thicker, and there can be a strengthened connection between the prefrontal cortex and the amygdala, right? So we notice when we're stressed sooner, and then we can act more skillfully sooner also. Now, what happens when we get stressed, and we don't know we're stressed, is we flip our lid, and this goes offline. Our thinking brain goes offline. No time to think when you've got to act. When a bus is barreling at you, you don't have, let me calculate where I should jump. Check the wind resistance. No, there's no time to do that because this has gone offline. Your thinking brain has gone offline. So when we can notice how this feels in the body sooner and be mindful, that brings us back online sooner. So we're not offline for so long. And this offline, when we're offline for too long, chronic stress, that's when we really start having a hard time, physically and mentally. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and even behaviorally.
And behaviorally, yeah, because our actions are going to come out of that.
It's a big thing with children.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And how we treat other people.
Yeah, it affects all parts of our life.